Yes, okay. I was telling Mark I'm a little envious of his ability to memorize lyrics and deliver it. I've gotten to the point where I have more gray hair than gray matter. And so if I don't have a cheat sheet, I start mixing this poem up with all the other poems I've written and improvising. But I really want to do honor to this particular moment because it's, for me, it captures what your intention is, I think. The backstory is, we're giving little backstories, I'm following your model. I was on a vision quest led by Stephen Foster and Meredith Little. You may know them, live in Big Pine. It was a 5-day fast. I was perched on one of the foothills of the Panamin's leading up over Death Valley. At night I could see traffic on 395 coming up. And this poem came. Imagine, it's actually a eulogy. It's a eulogy for a dead lake.
For a dead what?
Dead lake, for Owens Lake. So imagine a huge amphitheater out in nature, and there's an assembly or a congregation or a council of all beings, not just people, but animals too. And as Gary Snyder suggested, they can all talk as if in a big mind. So, and there is a figure who is delivering this eulogy on behalf of the lake. Title is Summoning the Earth to Witness, a eulogy for Owens Lake for Stephen and Meredith. Let's see if I can manage these papers and maintain a little library. It's good. Have you noticed, my beloved, how lonely we have become here in each other's arms? The wilderness that held us once is no longer wild, and we are no longer known by a larger knowing. We inhabit a world of our own making and taste the loneliness of God's. A lake is dead, and we are here to mourn. Owens Lake is gone, stolen. Owens Lake is dead, siphoned away to cities in the south. Gone, gone forever, gone beyond, gone far beyond. Alkaline dust settles in the cracks between the worlds, settles in abandoned holes of 1,000,000 departed souls, settles in the lungs of human beings, causing cancer, a shroud of lethal silt, chalk dust from the blackboard jungles of LA, chalk dust from lessons in futility, a lake erased by thirst, by need beyond necessity, a light dusting of death as LA draws its path. Nature abhors a vacuum. It grieves a murdered lake, shudders and heaves, mourns and moves away, howls at the moon and flees in search of a wetter dream, its seed tucked tightly between its thighs, or screeches to a halt, dead in the tracks of radio tires that intersect its exodus. What makes you think you can move a lake? Ship it somewhere else to mix baby formulas and cocktails? Flush toilets? In Japan, the farmers pay for shit. Wash your cars in tears. When you take the lake, you also take the trees and rain. You take the rain, then you take the grasses too. No grass, no mice. No mice, no coyote, bobcat, snake, or hawk. No grass, no deer. No deer, no mountain lion. No grass, no soil, no bugs. No bugs, no birds. No birds, no song. No song, no soul. Hydrogen, fuel of stars. Oxygen, fuel of fires. Hydrogen, breath of matter. Oxygen, breath of life. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen, H to quench the thirst and quell the fire. 70% water, we are what we drink. We are Owens Lake, we are Mono Lake, the Feather River, the San Joaquin, Sacramento, and Colorado. We are the eel, the Russian, forks of salmon. We are the runoff, the drainage, the water table, tributaries, watershed, water babies, water bags on legs. We are the flash floods of nameless, numberless arroyos. We are the runoff of the stones. And the other 30%, the stones themselves, architecture in bones. We are the earth, and don't you forget it. Out of faucets in LA drips a longing. Return, return again to the bed where you were conceived, a lake bed blowing in the wind. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, water to water. Forked tongues of light flick along 395. The great serpent pushes at dark edges, thirsty for completion. Tires made of trees from Brazil hiss, uncoiling at illegal speeds along macadamized corpses of dinosaurs and ferns from Iraq. Who's driving in the dead of night? All the little towns along the tarmac have long since gone to bed. Lone Pine, Independence, Big Pine, Bishop. Who's driven in the dead of night? Penitents creeping north to the shrines. Pilgrims driven to the source. Questers after visions they can't even name. Can't wait, must go, must join the midnight caffeine V8 exodus. Caravans of campers, RVs, Airstream seekers, cyclists who refuse to wear helmets, hitchhikers tired before they even begin, butchers, bakers, candlestick makers, trance dancers, all helpless to resist a dark urge they cannot name. Coming, they know not why, looking for where the wild things are, looking for the lake, driven by instincts older than the hills. Weekend refugees returning to the scene of the crime, returning to the one you love, the one you shouldn't hurt at all. Who says water doesn't have a mind of its own? Seeking the path of least resistance, going with the flow, returning ever to itself, rising again to the heavens, cascading by way of the stones, by way of our bodies, and the body of every living thing back to the great body. We pause today in this moist passage to pay homage to a lake. The first law of thermodynamics says nothing in the universe is lost. Water comes and water goes, transformed, conserved perhaps, but never lost. Water flows on, seeking the great one, down sewers, through radiators on Ventura Freeway, washing the hands of surgeons who've just replaced a heart, flushing the brushes of artists ready for another epiphany, developing photos in labs in time for the 6 o'clock news. Water flows on in service of other elsewheres. So, what is lost then when Owens Lake is flushed down drains in the city of angels? I will tell you. Lost is a sense of home. Lost is the heart and soul of a place. Close your eyes and see 1,000 migrating birds lift as one into the air, circle and settle back, sprinkling dawn pollen on the waves as the sun breaks over the Panamints. Close your ears and hear the laughter of Paiute children as parents harvest shrimp, sing songs to celebrate the seasons, drum to punctuate the balance of light and dark. Hold your hands, retrace with fingers on the sand the lover's caresses as lake and land touch and retreat, touch and retreat. Hold your heart, drown out the screams of red men, women, and children driven at gunpoint into the lake by American heroes of independence. near the shore of another lake, in another time, a solitary loon is keening among the cattails, waiting for yesterday to end. A billion beings called this lake home, a place to come back to. It was a place to live, it was a place to dream. When they took the water, they took the dream, and anywhere is nowhere without a dream. Gone are the cattails, rushes, shrimp, gone the marsh birds, gone their song, gone the cackle of coyotes in the hills, gone the eagles, gone the thrill of lovers skinny dipping in the dawn, gone the old ones, gone their bones, and gone the stories they told. It was both dreamer and the dream, not mere water but a being, who, but for moments of grace, lodge ourselves inside our skin, can barely imagine a soul so large, so whole, so unbounded as a place. Yet to place we come in search of intimacy. To place we come to renew, and the wilder the better. Where better to know thyself than in the arms of another? It is at last in the embrace of place that we are truly known. The smell, taste, touch, and sound of such a place is home. The lake was such a place. The lake is gone. Lovers' bodies are quiet now, and the old ones' mouths are full of chalk. Beloved, let us breathe together, and in the emptiness between one breath and another, listen to the wilderness within. Listen to the lake within ourselves. Listen to the wind in our lungs and the howl in our hearts. Within us, the lake still moves. Here, within the shadow of our souls, let us lick our wounds and tend the many mothers of creation. And behold, the lake will live again, not mere metaphor. The real lake will live again. Breathe. Pause a moment in silence, between in-breath and out. Remember. And then go home and set things right. Liturgical, you know, a little.
Did you plan that?
Timing is everything.
Yes.
Good job, good job.
Saved by the bell.
So, we have a little bit of business to take care of here. We have, it started with the music festival, and this is Skytime Helicopter has donated a helicopter ride. So, we need to make a drawing. Everybody from all the way back to the music festival, right?
Yes, combination of the music festival and Inspired by Nature,
Right.
are in here. And I'm going to ask if there is somebody here who does not have a ticket in here to do the drawing. Because I have a ticket in here. I've done this helicopter tour. It's pretty awesome.
It is
okay.
I don't have one.
Hey.
Drum roll.
One. It is Michael's?
Catherine
Michaels.
Catherine
Who is
Michaels,
that?
didn't she win once before?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
She buys a lot of tickets.
Thank
She's been working her way up to the lottery.
Perfect. Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right. So this is our core group. I would love to hear, Mark is having a bite, but I'd love to, let me look at my little crib notes here. All right. I guess in this very end, we could say, in closing, are there any last thoughts or questions? Questions and answers about writing in the creative process.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Something I just thought about all of the incredible writings from the beginning of time. I mean, going way back to all of the great writers, all of the religious writings, all of the philosophical writings, all of the writings of wisdom, of all the great people. I'd like to know what good it's done. Can anybody answer that? To me, as I look at the world today, it looks like it's a fucking mess. I mean, that's just the way I look at it. So I think, wow, what good did all of